You belong to me.
It's June 8th, 2012. The lilacs are aromatic and the festival has started. Let's get this dog and pony show going with some fudge-melting music and maybe a few laughs. I'm Daniel Calvin, and this is Make and Break.
Bob Wood, National Program Director of the Chum Group, worked with us in producing...
Hold up, before we get started...
Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming?
Dan Calvin.
Back again! Who is he? Just your favorite DJ Savior. Using and confusing beats that you never heard. 1990. Put a smile on your face like ultra bright.
You're just fessing, man. I don't even want to hear about it.
You're listening to Make and Break Radio on RadioMackinac.org. Welcome to Make and Break Radio, episode 70 on RadioMackinac.org. I'm your host, Daniel Calvin. The 63rd Annual Lilac Festival started today with a bang. The weather has turned a corner and summer has arrived. Today, people have enjoyed great lilac events like a history tour with island favorite Dan Seeley, a fundraiser for Mackinac Island's home teams at the school, maybe even a hayride out to the Cannonball, and more. I'm getting ready to dye my hair purple and wrap rubber bands around my wrists and toes a little too tightly so that my digits match my coif. On another note, I have another very special Lilac Festival Make and Break announcement. A Make and Break Lilac announcement, so to speak. Later on in the show, I'm expecting a phone call from friend of the show and Mackinac fan and lilac enthusiast Jason Robards. So expect a great chat with character actor and green thumb Jason Robards. I can tell you that I can't wait. He's a great man and ghost of the future. Moving on to other Mackinac news, Ted Henry's bike has been molested by otters yet again. He tells me that he's getting a little fed up with the latest spate of bicycle mischief. Ted reports to me that this time the otters ate a hole into his seat and bent up one of his fenders. While Ted says it was otters and that he has webcam proof, Ted's neighbors, on the other hand, report that it was actually Ted himself after drinking a few too many otter bombs. This leads me to wonder, is this the beginning of a new rash of social disease? Otter bomb psychosis? I wish Ted well and hope he gets those otters to pay up. Tomorrow, June 9th, is a big day that starts early on Mackinac with the Lilac 10K and finishes late with a shuffle and a bang on the streets as you dance the sun down with the West Michigan boot scooters. In between, be sure to check out the dozens of activities to join in on tomorrow. This is Make and Break Radio on RadioMackinac.org. For more information than I can possibly ever give you on this radio show, be sure to check out Mackinac-IslandLilacFestival.org. That's Mackinac-IslandLilacFestival.org. Overheard a couple the other day while having a smoke outside of a Main Street watering hole, wondering to each other, what would they do next? Let's walk to the end of the street and walk back, he said. Sure, she said. I thought to myself, damn, that's a long walk to infinity. I like the Lilac Festival. Throughout the week, there are all kinds of events to enjoy. History hikes, wine tasting, and more. But most of all, I enjoy the festival's big finish. I like parades. They are nonsense, and you, my listeners, know that I like nonsense. Silly parade floats and a pretty girl or two walking down the middle of the road waving at gawkers. Drum and pipe bands. If you're lucky, maybe even stilts guy. I've made jokes about being a one-man parade of cool, but the reality is that parades don't really make much sense. You get a permit, you put on fancy clothes and block up traffic for the amusement of people who are sitting in lawn chairs at the side of the road. Throw in a clown band and you've got one hell of a parade. And then there's the loud music. It's so noisy. You can feel the drums in your chest. It's splendid. That excitement you feel as a pipe band, strolls by is palpable. I was once told that bagpipes were used to incite drunks in taverns to war. It makes complete sense to me. Someone once asked me who doesn't enjoy a parade. I don't know, but I'm guessing that a person like that would be one that I wouldn't like to meet in a dark alley. Or perhaps one who likes to kick cats. I've had a thing for Stilts Guy for years. No, not that kind of a thing. A 100% platonic thing for people on stilts. Talk about nonsense. Strap on some stilts, dress up like Uncle Sam, prance around in the streets waving at people, praying the whole time that the wind doesn't pick up. You know what? Maybe I do have a bit of a thing for stilts. Perhaps my perfect woman is a 4'11" Latina in 8-foot tall stilts. Hot stuff. Look out. Once the parade rolled through on my birthday. It was like my own special treat. The Cherry Festival queen was waving at me. I think it was also the year that a bunch of dock porters rolled through the parade shirtless, wearing beer boxes on their heads. Hooray for parades! I saw a man yesterday wearing a shirt that displayed a stick figure swinging a golf club, and under the little man were the words, Casual Friday. I felt it necessary to inform him that it was Thursday, and that his shirt was nonsense and presumptuous. Nearly every Friday night on RadioMackinac.org, I play some music that is well suited to the Radio Mackinac sound, but not necessarily appropriate for the workaday streamers. Often this is of a punk nature, but who's to say what genre or sound a song is? Minutemen compared to the Misfits? Are they both punk? I don't give a darn. They sound good to me, and I want to share those sounds. Why do I bring this up, you ask? Oldie stations, I don't get it. Genres and contexts and whatnot. They're for the pretentious. Oldies when I was a kid were songs from the 50s and early 60s. 57 Chevys and greasers, you know what I mean. Later that sound was invaded by what I would learn later is called bubblegum. Then classic rock. Now that includes Soundgarden and Nirvana. Songs are replaced. No more Canned Heat, no more Birds. Now that stuff's oldies. Once there was an alternative rock station out of Sheboygan that, when I started to listen to it, actually played seemingly anything that had ever been considered alternative or modern rock. Talking Heads would be followed up with Oasis, or even Primus. Some Clutch, perhaps. I liked it. Only a few years later, those shining sounds would be dulled by the likes of vanilla advertiser-approved playlists. Limp Bizkit replaced The Strokes. Linkin Park shoved aside Temple of the Dog. I'm proud to be working alongside the Tourism Bureau of Mackinac Island to bring you some added zip to the start of your weekend, week after week. If you'd like to hear a track or two of bands that I've played before, let me know. If you have a suggestion for an album or two that you've never heard me drop, then drop me a line and I'll buy them up. Can't have too much music. You can reach me via email. That's show@makebreakshow.com. show@makebreakshow.com.